And we're moving on to the next line. Mother squawked. Great word. Trying to sort out if she should be flattered, offended, or scandalized, even as the captain's mate, the one with wine red hair, snorted, Liar. So this is a great line. This is a really great line. I love it. However, that might be a little bit too much. So I'll probably get Rebecca to choose two of the three. Flattered, yes. Offended, scandalized. I don't see why she should be offended. So maybe we don't need offended. And we can keep those other two. I'd be flattered, wouldn't you? If if the parrot said that. So mom squawked, that's a great word. Trying to sort out if she should be flattered or scandalized. Okay, I think that's good. Even as the captain's mate snorted loud, and that's hilarious. Right? That really is funny. Where do I sign up? Even in his dreams, the thought mortified him. Okay, so this is Emil's thought, right? Emil is thinking, where do I sign up? After this flashback, it's not entirely clear that I is Emil. Okay, so we may need to change this to Emil's dreams. Even in Emil's dreams, the thought mortified him. Or maybe the thought was mortifying. In life, he had slapped the familiar hand away and the playfulness with it. In life. Okay, so Rebecca is using in life as opposed to in his dreams. But it's a little strange. I'm gonna change it to at the time. Whoops, what did I do? Let me go back a little bit. What did I do? Okay. At the time. At the time, he had slapped the hand away and the playfulness with it. Familiar. No, you know what? I'm not going to allow familiar because I know what she means, right? The pirate was being familiar with no cause. But familiar can also mean you're familiar with someone, right? And he's not. Emil, it's the first time Emil has met the pirate, so it's a little bit confusing to the reader, so I'm going to just delete that. At the time, he had slapped the hand away and the playfulness with it. Yep, I see what she means. But we could also say slapped away the playful hand. But I kind of like the way she's done it, so I'm going to just let this stay. At the time, he had slapped away. Away can come here. The hand. Slapped away the hand. And the playfulness with it. Slapped the hand away. Slapped away the hand. Either would do. I'll leave this up to Rebecca to decide. They wanted the scrolls he was escorting home. Priceless archaeological discoveries of forgotten rituals to summon and control elements. So that's some world building here, some details, because Rebecca is actually writing about characters who appear in other stories in her world. So and I kind of like how she inserts bits of world building in her flashes, giving us hints and kind of tempting us, tantalizing us, making us want to read more of her stories. So this is one reason why everyone should write a flash or short stories using characters from your main works, your main series. He had slapped away the hand and playfulness with it. They wanted the scrolls he was escorting home, priceless archaeological discoveries. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I like this. Priceless discoveries, forgotten rituals. Design control elements, elementals. Knew who they'd sell them to if they didn't ruin them out of ignorance. Hmm, who's they, right? Does this mean the people they're selling them to? Or the pirates themselves? So this is a bit confusing. I'll just make a note here and I'll probably go back to this bit as well. Because there's another word that's on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming to me right now, so I'll need to go back and make that better, that little bit better. That mate stepped up. So it's mate who snorted liar. Now I'm kind of pausing here. Can you snort a word? I like it though. It's very vivid, like squawked. These lovely vivid words that Rebecca uses. Um, Vivid words are strong words. A lot of the time, I change verbs for people because they're just, very weak verbs. You can always come up with stronger and vivid verbs, and that really helps make the story better. So that mate stepped up and sent his aura right into Emil's thought, plucking out the information they needed. No matter how hard he tried to resist, the location of the scrolls, exactly how to disengage the wards. So that's very intense. So I would want Rebecca to play up this bit, maybe separate it out from this very long sentence and kind of play this up. Intense. And this bit, the location of the scrolls and how to disengage the wards, that's the information they needed, right? So if we take this out, we can actually connect this bit with this bit using an M dash. Yes. I think Rebecca would like this. So I'm going to use an M dash to connect the information to what the information actually is. But this bit, I'm going to make her put afterwards and make it even more intense. He had tried to resist, right? He had tried to resist. Poor guy. Emil had tried to resist. He had tried hard to resist. Maybe something like that. He had tried so hard to resist. So Rebecca can add something here to make this bit more intense. Because this is important, because this is why he's not happy with the pirate, right? Um, so this is important. It's intense, so she needs to play it up. In his dream, he leaned into that hand, stepped into the captain's arms, and kissed him until they'd both forgotten propriety and the scrolls. So he leaned into that hand, stepped. So we have to play up the difference between what actually happened and what Emil's wishes really are, right? In his dream, however, something like that. In his dreams, though, or however, he leaned into that hand, stepped into the captain's arms, and kissed him until they'd both forgotten, until propriety. Well, it's a little bit long and clunky, so I'm going to change it a little bit, shorten it, until neither propriety nor scrolls mattered. Okay, so sometimes I change things without knowing if the author will like it or not, and that's okay. These are all suggestions. The author always has the final say. I'm just making a suggestion, and I think it's better because it's not as long, it's not as clunky, but often Rebecca will find something even better, and she'll come at me with that, and usually it's better than what I come up with. Okay, so it's almost like I'm putting something there, as a, what you call it, like a, what's that word? Okay, it's gone now. I'm just making a suggestion, and she usually comes up with a better one. Okay. He shouldn't be attracted to a filthy thief. Yep, the pirate is a thief. He threatened them and sent his lackey into Emil's mind to steal information. Well, this we already know. Do we need to repeat? So I'm just going to put, and it's not just about sending his lackey into his mind. This is true, and he threatened them and used his lackey to violate Emil's mind. Yeah, steal is important. Yeah, I wonder if used used his lackey to violate Emil's mind. Maybe that would be enough, and we don't need to repeat because we already know this. He left everyone alive and unharmed. He hadn't even crippled the ship. What choice? Sometimes I use that when I can't think of a better word, but I kind of feel there is a better word for it, so I'll come back to it. Emil shook his head. He'd had this argument with himself nightly. Those minutes of attraction had become an obsession, and therefore something to be eradicated. Still. I'm adding a comma there because you can get rid of therefore and it will still read perfectly. Had become an obsession and something to be eradicated. Still, I never seduced a married man. Not seducing a married man implied he would seduce a single one. True, that's the implication, that the pirate wanted to give a meal. In Rockhaven, it wasn't even safe to take a male lover. Mullet never guessed why he'd put off marriage, and entering the Mangai Tower for studies gave him the perfect excuse. A life of study wasn't one that left room for a wife. It left too much room to daydream about blue eyes, purple hair, and a dark face with lips perfect for kissing. Okay, I like this a lot. Mother never guessed why he'd put off marriage. Yes. Yes, I almost feel like there should be a but here. Do we need a but? Let's see. But it left. I know some people don't like to start sentences with but you could just link the two. A life of study wasn't one that left room for a wife, but it left too much room to daydream about blue eyes. Hmm, you know what? I think I'm wrong. I'm gonna go back. I don't think we need the but. I think Rebecca is right. I should not have second guessed her. A life of study wasn't one that left room for a wife. However, it left. I still feel something needs to be there. However, but it left too much room to daydream about blue eyes. Yeah, I'm going to leave it to her to decide. But, however,